Okay, guys, I'm gonna do a little hike. Man, I forget the name of it, but when I get to the trailhead, I'll let you know. So, but I'm letting you know kind of a breakdown of what's going on. I'm getting ready. I'm training for a jiu-jitsu tournament. So I'm doing a couple things like, cutting weight, which I don't have to cut much more. I'm pretty much there. Pretty much there, but I want to be still dialed in a little more and stuff like that. So I want to be comfortably under the weight. So my goal is 185. I was 186 yesterday morning. And so I'm pretty much there, but still I want to get down a couple more pounds so that way I know for sure when I wake up that morning I'll be underweight. So what I'm doing today is I'm also trying to work on my legs. So I picked a moderately difficult hike on the eastern slope of Wolf Creek Pass. And I'm gonna go do it. At least a couple miles. And take a break from the jiu-jitsu orientated stuff and get my mind right. I love nature and I need to do that too. I'm not eating a bunch of this. On one hand, I got to try to be a calorie deficit, but I also need to give myself fuel for my workouts. So giving a little bit of sugar here, good sugars, no added, and just a little bit of a snack. And I'll take about maybe a scoop of the Jocko. It's not a pre-workout, it's the Discipline supplement, so it's not like full of caffeine, a bunch of chemicals. It's nootropics, kind of gets your mind right. Some blood flow, some supplements in there that are for blood flow and things like that. So get nutrients to your muscles so you can do more work. So yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. I'll tell you more about the trail. But I had to go about 3/4 of a mile past the trailhead because it literally had signs that says no semi-truck parking. So that's not fun. I wish they'd just let it, at least if you're going to use the trail. Maybe don't allow parking just for the hell of it, but if it's like, hey, I'm using the trail, no one's there. They have it for RVs and trailers, so I can fit in the spot. So, I think that's an idea. I should start a nonprofit that will focus on setting up trails and a network of trails and or workout parks, like calisthenic parks and things, near places where near truck driving corridors, and where they could park and utilize them. It's it is a big issue. It's not convenient to go on a hike. I don't expect all the truck drivers to be like me, but if you want to be reasonably healthy, you can just go for a mile or two hike, and a lot of guys like to do that. But it's like, oh, I passed that spot. Oh, I passed that, It'd be good to have apps and maps and parking spots available and things like that. Hike and drive, Maybe that's an idea. Anyways, I'll see you out there, and I'll see you when I get up to the trailhead. And I will also give you some screenshots of the maps and where I parked, and another option to park before that's easier to park at than where I ended up parking. So, yeah. See you out there.
Yeah, saw a couple people get done with this trail wearing crampons and stuff, and obviously we can see why. So I'll have to proceed with caution. And doesn't have a normal trailhead. Doesn't say the name of the trail. There's a couple of trails here. So I'll get that from All Trails later. So I probably won't do the whole thing. That's just is what it's looking like. All right, so I got a weird split in the trail here. Then I got another one here. Obviously, I couldn't really research the trail very well because I kind of did this on the fly. So I'm gonna go this one, see where it goes. There's a lot of big cats in the area. They got signs up. It's one of the places where they reintroduced the Canadian lynx, and my experience from hunting them and tracking them for relocation. And I'm seeing no fresh tracks from any people here, so I don't think this is the normal trail. Nope, that's just something else. It just goes off to like a little outcropping. So but see how there's not a lot of snow, you know, there's just some spots where it's deep. Big cats, mountain lions, whatever, they're more short-legged than their prey, so they don't really care for deep snow. So a place like this right now that's got all the snow melt runoff attracting other animals and everything, and where the snow's pretty much melted where they can get around easily, they would love this area. A lot of cover. So got to keep your eye out for mountain lions. Fortunately, we don't resemble their food, and I'm a full-grown man, and typically they'll leave people like me alone. So it's beautiful though. Look at that. Alright, yeah, there's quite a bit of snow on this. I already went knee deep a couple of times. I'm gonna have wet feet, that's fine. I got new socks, you know. I got appropriate boots, you know. Oh, and I also got my Delta 68 jeans. They're already dry. I just was knee deep in snow and 5 minutes ago. So, yeah. That's what I'm doing. Man, it's beautiful. Look at this. Gorgeous. Okay, guys, check this out. This is all pretty deep. So the best way to deal with this, if you don't have snowshoes on, see these little plateaus? That's where the ice has been packed down from the season, the high traffic from, snowshoeing and stuff. And that's going to be more stable. The other stuff is melting faster, so you see that. There's no guarantees, though, this time of year, because all of it is melting. And you never really know how it's going to be. So I'll still probably fall a few more times. Yeah, I'm at 1.5 miles. I mean, that's very light, but like I said, it's just kind of about getting out and doing something and getting my legs a little bit worked. And that'll put me at 3 miles by the time I get back to the truck. And yeah, this was a pretty trail. I like it. I think it was like the Holy Mountain or Holly Mountain or something like that. And yeah, couple weeks, this snow will be gone, unless it snows again, which totally can. But, a few weeks, I'll be able to jog this, and I will probably do that. I'll do the whole thing. I want to do the whole thing, but I'm going to have to do it a different time because I do have to hit the road. So, yeah. Hey, thanks for coming along with me on this, guys, if you watched, and I appreciate it. you know, get out there, go get, you know, do some hiking, do some training, you know, get your mind and your body right. And just do it safely. Be careful. Have a good day, guys. I'll add in the biometrics and everything. I didn't get after it too much. I'm seeing 135 calories. Woo! It did get my legs pretty good, pretty wobbly. So kinda anyways. So it'll increase my caloric burn throughout the rest of today and tomorrow for recovering. So it's still plenty worthwhile to do this. And man, was it beautiful. And it smells great. This time of year, it is April 9th right now. This time of year, it smells like chocolate with like a hint of cinnamon. It's these ponderosa pines are, they release this gas out of these pores within the layers of their bark. And it's pretty cool that it smells like chocolate. I like it. Have a good day, everybody. All right, you see this, guys? You see this, guys? See all these holes? This is beetles, pine beetles. Their larvae go in there, right? These bigger holes are the woodpeckers and stuff trying to get in there and get at the larva. This was a beetle kill. Look at all that old man's beard. This is good stuff, the tea and stuff, and starting fires. But this has been dead for a long time. See, if you look up there, whoo, see the roots are even dry rotted. You know what I mean? They look like they've been in the sun. Look at that. And look at the tree, the root ball. It's so small up here because there's not good soil. Yeah, so that's what this is. This is a beetle kill. And as you can tell, they target mature trees. All these younger trees are good. So hopefully it will have the effect of just cleaning it out, making better substrate on the forest floor, and giving the better soil for the next generation. But we keep pulling these out, and I kind of feel like we should find a way to compost them here in the forest. But they always yank them out and burn them up and everything. But the problem is if you have it compost too much, we're at way risk for wildfires, right? So I get it, but I feel like it's all supposed to be happening. All right, see that? Knee deep. And when I pull my foot out, because it went in like whoop, you know, like it's shoved in. So I don't think I can post here to pull that out the same way. You know what I'm saying? So as you can see, it's all getting wet. And so that's what. Okay, so I'm gonna fish this shit out of there. Oh, sorry, pardon my French. All right, so now we got wet pants, right? But they're Delta 68s, man. So you'll see how they dry as wet. You'll see how quick they dry. They'll dry faster than my boots. But here's the thing. This is a decent time to show this. So I'm stepping here. Sometimes it's unavoidable when you fall in. So one of the things I'm trying to do is I'm trying to step in old footsteps. There was a couple that just came through here. And one thing I noticed is that the person with the smaller footprints and lighter weight, so the woman in this case, since I saw them, see, look at this. Since I saw them, I know who it is, right? And she's stepping in the smarter areas. Dude's kind of just tropping around, you know? And I can tell that by just tracking. And she's actually stepping in the smaller areas. Part of it that helps her footsteps is footprints is the fact that she's smaller and lighter. But I'm tending to want to step in her spots because they're on the more frozen patches of snow. So yeah, so when you can't step on the actually frozen snow and you have to risk it, try to pick a better, one that someone's been stepped in recently. And maybe even pack it down first a little bit. Oh, okay, let's hurry up here. I can show you. Got just steep enough to kind of show you another technique that I have been having to implement today. I don't need to, I could just walk right there, but check this out. So, say I'm coming up over here, right? So I'm stomping it, and I'm making a nice packed spot, right? And it's still gonna slip, but so stomp, cut in, pack it down. See, sometimes you're not gonna get it. That spot was good. Sometimes you're not getting a good shot anyway. This is springtime in the Rocky Mountains, but you can make your own steps and pack it down. And it's certainly safer. So even if you do lose it a little, you just kind of fall back onto your heels, or something. You're not really slipping and falling and getting hurt. So even though it's completely unavoidable this time of year, it's hot right now. I don't know how warm it is, but I'm about to go down in my tank top. So yeah, it's just a couple things to think about hiking in this time of year. See, this is sketch as hell. All right, so you do that, you implement this, and then slow, man, take your time. This is sketch. Slow. That's what you do. Yeah, that before was a false end to the video. So, yeah, I'm actually at the trailhead again, and just to give you an idea of what it looks like on this angle. I just wanted to say though, it was a good trail, and enjoyed it, and so just want to let the YouTube people know. I got a grandbaby coming. So that's a big thing. My daughter is 19, so she's young, but it's not like a irresponsible kind of a thing, And unfortunately, we live in a day and age where a lot of kids can't afford things. A lot of young adults, even if they're hardworking and everything like that, they just, everything's so expensive. So I'm just going to expand the house and put another limb on the family tree. And, and if you're wondering how 36-year-old Travis can have a grandkid, that's, I don't say it this way much, but this is cause for some explanation. So I met her when she was 6. So she's my stepkid technically, but no, she's mine. And, she's been the world to me, the light of my life, as is my wife and my son. And now she's bringing in another light in my life. So super excited about that. It's going to be a lot of work, but it's all work that I'm up for. So, yeah, just get out there and enjoy your lives, guys. Look at this. If you're driving past this and you're not stopping and doing what I'm doing, you're missing out, man. It's too short. Life is too short for this shit. Get to work, guys. Get to work having fun. Get to work getting work done. Have a good day. This is the real end. All right. I decided I wanted to get a little more of some exercise in. I'm not trying to get my heart rate up crazy or anything, but I just figured, why not? So one of the things I'm working on is my hip and my ankle mobility. So if I back up here, you can see that I'm in a resting squat position with both of my heels on the ground, right?
And one thing, I like these pistol squats, right? So pistol squats is we were down like this, come up. But I've been having issues with it on this side. And I couldn't figure out what it was, right? And I do this. Obviously, I'm starting from standing. But I do this, and then I fall back like that. It's ankle mobility. So I'm having to really put my arms out and force my ankle to be on the ground. Force it into position like that. I have to really force it. And that is way better than static stretching. Active stretching is way better. Active stretching is where you're doing a movement to get into it, or your body is having to force itself into that position based on its movement, something you're trying to do. As opposed to just stretching your ankles. Not just doing this. You're just stretching it till it feels like a little bit of a stretch. Doesn't really do much. But when you have to put your body into this position, it stretches it a lot better, and you have a lot of muscles altering the tension throughout. Another thing that happened is I would do it like this. I would end up pulling that heel up. And that's a good way for a precursor, but you really need to try to be doing it like this. So I'm switching, keep my foot off the ground, and then as you can see, this side is fine. So squats, go all the way down, right? Keep your back straight, hinge at the hip. You can't really see it front ways like this, but even if you just get down here into the resting squat position, I can stretch. I can pull into my hips in ways that I can't stretching my hips in any other way, right? I can really get my ankles, get my calves like this. Another thing I like to do is I like to just do the hip hinge. Dizzy from standing up too fast. Hold on. Here we go. I like to just do the hip hinge, right? So you're just like this, and you're stretching these muscles out. This is the movement you should be doing when you're doing swings. My doctor got on me about that. I was not doing my kettlebell swings right. So I'm literally just practicing that sometimes just to stretch. Then I'll come back down here, and then maybe I'll do some squats, But see, my heart rate was up a little bit. So it didn't add a lot of calorie stuff, but it's good to work. You got to look out for your joints and your mobility and stuff. So that's what I'm thinking about a lot more these days. Look out for my joints and my mobility. And I really want to work on my hip movement. So that's what I got going on, guys. Have a good day.